Hello, my name is Paul Palmer. I'm a pharmaceutical consultant. Many of you probably already know that. But what does it really mean to be a consultant? Well, really, it's doing whatever your client needs. So, okay, my core business is pharmaceuticals. But if somebody wants me to help them with their medical device, I will. I started working with medical devices in about the same time that I started with pharmaceuticals, back in 86, 88, somewhere around there. I was involved in the systems and processes needed to set up devices back when the Medical Device Directive came out, actually. I remember it now. It was interesting. We already had BS 9001, sorry. I was already using 6001 for sampling by attributes, working on a pharmaceutical site with where the MCA, Medicines Control Agency, were auditing. And for an ISO 9000, we used BSI, the British Standards Institute. But if you want something else, well, I've got something else. So I've got a master's in quality management. I'm currently studying my MBA in business administration. I run my own business, of course, and I have done, I don't remember how many projects in business process optimization and improvement. Quality management systems is always core to any. And often I don't think of them as a quality management system. I think of it more as a system to actually enhance the business process. So in a small organization where the processes and the systems can be run without a quality management system, unless there's a regulatory requirement, you can. But that's really at your own risk, because a lack of standardization will lead to variability in the way that your process works. Now, if your process has got variability in it, the input and the output are different. What does that mean? Well, if one person expects a certain input and the previous person is given an output that's different, then the end result won't work. And that's where I find a lot of rework comes from, is a lack of definition or a lack of clarity in what's expected. Too many people that I know, too many quality functions, too many pharmaceutical manufacturers, too many device manufacturers. Not so much on the device, actually, because ISO 9000 is quite prescriptive, and the later versions too, about what's needed. So the documentation there tends to be more detailed. Where I have concerns quite often is in pharmaceutical companies not wanting to put the detail into the procedures. Work instructions. Work instructions are just as good as an SOP, especially when you make them specific to the job. With a lot of details, they can be with or without screen captures, and they're there for a reason. They're there to help the operation of the process. They're not there because somebody said you've got to have a work instruction. You used what's right for the job. SOPs, what's right for the job. Forms, templates, do what's right for the job. So often when I go into a business, that's the first place I'll look. And I'll find not necessarily the inaccuracies, but a lack of clarity. Because when you first start, you've got to look. So you find the gaps. And maybe they've got a scotoma. Maybe they've ignored it because they've been there so long. And you go in new, and you look through the systems and processes, and they say, oh, well, it works like this. And I say, well, it doesn't say that in the SOP. So then it gets updated. And it helps the next person that starts new. So that's me, Paul Palmer, consultant, willing to help. Talk to you soon.